Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to MDL. We're getting ready now for game number 2. This is a big one, but not as big as game 1. With this win here, things are looking pretty good overall for Team Vici Gaming, who have guaranteed that EG cannot tie with them in Group A. But we've got a draft underway. Ben, what are you expecting here? Anything different as far as the picks go?
More team fight from EG. They severely lacked it last game.
Let's see if they can find it. It'll be an OD first grab from Vici, so EG change up the bans a lot. They just go straight ahead and ban out 2 heroes that Vici used last time, the Spearbreaker as well as the Death Prophet. They are leaving the Invoker in the pool, but gotta say I didn't feel the Invoker's presence that game like to the degree we did when, Miracle was playing it for OG.
Night Stalker.
I see the Night Stalker now picked up.
They always go for one of those two. Night Stalker, SB.
Yeah, that feels like as much of a block pick as an actual EG pick. Curious to see how they look to use it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's normally a Vici that goes for it, but
I wonder if they'll like Venge. I think in theory Venge is pretty good versus OD. You swap the OD in and then start up the fight from there.
gonna grab Lone Druid for now.
I haven't seen them have terribly large amounts of success with the Lone Druid too. Just because they play well with the greedy heroes, but a lot of teams have figured out that they can just end the game before 30 minutes. The last game went a little bit longer than 30, but still that was a timeline that Vici was aiming for.
Yeah, but I mean, like you mentioned last game, maybe if the Invoker goes for cost Wex and they give the Lone Druid a little more farm priority, it goes differently. Do you think it's just because Lone Druid in general takes too long to come online against that style, or is it more how you play around them?
More their play style, for sure. EG, I remember there was a brief phase where they had they drafted Jakiro a lot, and it was Jakiro and NP and Lycan, these DK, these sort of heroes that pushed very, very hard. But aside from that, EG has traditionally been a bit of a slower paced team, relying on their excellent mid to late game decision making skills. Even last game, their hold at Roche I think was very impressive, considering that they were pretty far behind, and the net worth might have been fairly even, but they had 4,000 sunken Midases, which wasn't that useful for them. But they still managed to hold despite having way worse team fight. But they're just really good at that sort of late game. So I think they should strive to take it a little bit later.
Yeah, it seems like that's where they kind of settle down and get more comfortable with the decision making. So EG, another target ban. The Ice 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 Phoenix is going to get removed here.
So I wonder what Vici's plan is for map control, because the EG, they just lacked so much map control due to the Slark Vision and due to Spirit Breaker constantly charging people. They had no wards up on the map. Dazzle never felt safe to move anywhere, and this time they have a Night Stalker who can make Vici's lanes a little bit weaker, play some wards out around the map. So yeah, Phoenix ban, Bat Rider ban. Seems like they don't want to have to go down the Oracle route to deal with the Bat Rider. Earth Spirit's a hero that can still get up in your face though. The Zeus ban.
Interesting. That is definitely
They picked it once, I think,
not
in
a
the
hero we've
last
seen as much of.
month, from what I've seen from them. But it's
something Vici have even run on occasion. Is we've seen the offlane Zeus from Ice 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 with I would say limited success.
that's what they kind of need though, a mid hero that doesn't need that much farm, that does a lot of damage in team fights. And Invoker maybe need a little bit too much farm. Lina is just not that popular right now, and Zeus is a good hero for that. It's also just good at scouting out team fights too, giving you vision at the start of the team fight so you can make the appropriate jump. Evil Genius's team fight is still very, very weak. They have decently strong lane with a Lone Druid, good map control with the Night Stalker, but very little AoE control unless you can count on Savage Roar, which you couldn't at all last game. And still, where's our team fight coming him, as opposed to already Sanity's Eclipse and Earth Spirit already is 3 team fight heroes in his zone.
Yeah, I'm curious to see how much Fenrir can get done with the Earth Spirit. I think they did run it yesterday, but it was not a game that we were casting, so I imagine it must have went decently well, judging by their overall results.
I think they might have lost with it though. Yeah, I think they lost with the ES. They've only picked it once.
Hmm. Yeah,
They don't.
Fenrir is not known for like spamming it in pubs, from what I understand.
Yeah, they don't actually seem super well versed in the super new age supports. I think they picked Oracle once and also lost with that. ES once lost with that too. And those are the ones that are, take quite a bit of time to get used to.
Well, EG really diving deep here into the time just to go for this fourth ban. What is it gonna be? It's the Darkseer removed in the end. So Vici had good success with the last game, but Ice 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 also got the job done on Phoenix, so this is a guy with a deep hero pool. Not easy to ban him out as an offlaner. But it seems like they generally want to ban these big team fight specialists.
Witch doctor.
It's a witch doctor now.
I thought they were gonna ban it last time, but just because I think it's really good versus Lone Druid, because his bears like just gets owned by it a lot. But if they were gonna take it immediately after, then that's okay. So yeah, what is ISSI's gonna turn to? What are his other specialties? He does brood now and then.
There's so many offlaners banned.
Yeah.
I
But
mean,
they want
even Vici removed a lot of them.
They want a team fight offlaner though.
Yeah, first thing that came to mind for me was the Void, but that was the first phase banned by Vici. Hmm.
Yeah, I think EG are like 3-0 with that hero.
I mean, unless they do something unusual and run an offlaner or Spirit, but he's almost always support. The one time they did play it was for Fenrir. What else is there?
Maybe wait to see a little bit from them. It also has to like match up decently well versus Lone Druid, because we've seen EG's tendency to put Lone Druid in one-on-one.
Lifestealer does well against Lone Druid.
Yeah, Lifestealer's terrible at team fight though.
Yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot of requirements, Not many heroes can fill them all.
It is, but that's what you're brainstorming. And like, if you already know you're gonna pick Avenger, you're still wondering what you want to give Ice Ice for your team fight.
Yeah, it gives them a good way here to cancel the Death Ward. Good vision hero, give some Roche potential for the team.
I mean, Veg is just really good in general though. Like the offensive swap is sick. So is defensive. Ooh, Puck from Sumail. All right. How does Puck fare versus OD?
I imagine not amazing, but probably get. I mean, he should get his levels.
He should get his levels. I guess you have to worry about the Earth Spirit later in team fights though. If you don't get your Yules early enough, you just get blown up every time you get silenced. And it is pretty easy to silence the Puck very early on.
So Vici, well, there's another Ice 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 hero. You really cannot ban the guy out. The Tidehunter. So, you want a team fight specialist, does pretty well against Lone Druid.
Yep,
Meets all the criteria.
that is it. Couldn't think of it myself, but FY got it.
It's easier when you can see the list of heroes. That definitely helps. I don't think there was anything else better. Nothing that could do everything they're asking.
Yeah,
for.
I don't like when Vici picks like the super passive offlaners, the one that just sit and leech. Because Ice Ice, he can play that, but he's so much better when he can be up in your face.
And when he could feel confident in his matchup.
And now they have like really good protection for OD too. Like I remember watching EG yesterday. Like OD just had a miserable time dealing with everything. But with the Tide, with the Vengeful Spirit to defensively swap, like things are looking pretty good for them.
So very quick final phase of picks here. The Juggernaut immediately banned out by Vici. EG reply with the Gyro. So they secure their team fight. And now Vici looking for the Burning here to round things out. We have seen him on a lot of different heroes lately.
They ban. That sucks for them that they banned the Jug, because now they could have used the Jug versus Gyrocopter. But Evil Geniuses, they see that the Tidehunter versus Lone Druid matchup, I don't think it's a good matchup at all for Lone Druid. So they'll just dump Lone Druid in the off lane, have Gyro versus Tidehunter, which is a pretty good matchup for Gyro. Not great, but he actually has kill potential on Tidehunter. And Vici will have to search for another solution for Burning.
Yeah, so what would Burning play that lanes well against Lone Druid then? If they want to go with the default lane setup.
Not sure.
Well, only a couple seconds left here for Vici. And it's a Lion, so Core Venge?
Yeah,
They have
Burning
run the
Venge.
carry Venge before. And it will be a Burning Venge, it looks like.
That's the nice thing about OD mid too. Like your one can be, you know, kind of anything, just because OD carries super hard. So this way they can get a lot of kill potential on Lone Druid too. Like Vengeful Spirit is really good at playing aggressively on lane too. They have like lanes that kind of can be roamed on with Earth Spirit, which is what you want with an Earth Spirit lineup. Like something that can threaten kills all the time.
Players are grabbing their heroes now. FY going to be taking up the Lion, so it is the Fenrir Spirit reprising his role from yesterday. And it's going to be the Universal on Druid, as you were kind of expecting. So
They have good AoE teamfight though this time. They have Gyro, Witch Doctor, and Puck. That's like insane amounts of AoE. But can they deal with Tidehunter and the OD and Vici's incredible 5-man?
we'll have to see. Vici Gaming trotting down to the bottom lane now as a squad of 5. They do have a smoke already picked up. Burning leading the charge, and meanwhile for EG, they're heading to the north side. The Bear, together with the Night Stalker of Vici, are going to pump their smoke and look to make a move here. And then we'll have a moment to think it over. Pause does come out. No indication as to why.
I wonder if they're going to try and dodge. An option for Vici is to... actually, Lion's really bad in aggro. Because he really needs levels and you want to be able to use that pool. But ideally you want to put the Lone Druid versus the Tidehunter if you're Vici. So it's kind of on Vici on whether or not they can make the good lane matchups. Because Venge is really strong at level 1, so you kind of want to pair her against the hero to limit someone's farm. But then again, you're versus the Gyrocopter, which is kind of the best one position at dealing with aggression.
Observers are getting smacked down. Says, I love you, Ice Ice Ice. And he's like, yeah, shut up, Observer. No mercy.
Fairy fires all around. And Boots first on Lion.
Fairy Fire's the new Mango.
Boots first, though.
Mango's all washed up now. It's had its heyday. Don't see too many of them anymore.
Dude, poor Fenrir. What did he have to buy? Sentries, Obs, Chicken, Smoke, Tango?
I think he actually bought all of that.
Yeah.
FY wanted his boots.
What a luxury, having a branch as a support.
Well, you know, you got to pay your respects to the god, okay? It also keeps things fair. Fenrir already gets too much done as it is.
Yeah, he actually did buy everything.
What a 5 position.
He does have all 4 Tangos, though, so that's... does he have all 4 Tangos?
Did he pull as well?
Okay, he didn't have to pull, so that's the one thing going for him.
I mean, that's also just the power of our spirit, that he can get so much done without really needing those even basic items early on. It's nice if you have your Oov or maybe your boots, but we've seen it's definitely not essential.
Wait, someone else had to buy the other Sentry, though, right? Oh, wait. Sentry's 200, Smoke is 50, it's 250, Tango's 375, Chicken 525, and then
You can buy it
100.
all, right? Oh, he got 2 obs as well.
Yeah, he got 2 Obs.
So maybe FY bought the... Or who bought the smoke?
It wasn't FY. Someone else bought something.
What did Burning buy?
Burning bought most of a Wraith Band. Is that a Wraith Band recipe? I think so. So how's their level 1? It's decent. Can't deal with a bear. Scouting them out, but bear is going to be top, it looks like.
You know what? I think it was Super, actually, who bought it. Oh, never mind. He's got the Fairy Fire. Oh, we're going the wrong way here with Vici now, as 2 will disconnect. Good old 5v3 Dota. No more updates from Ice Ice Ice. What the hell is that? What did they do to that poor bear?
It looks like it's pouting. And it's like, give me food.
It looks like it's at the beach, and it's just like buried in the sand.
I never seen him in that pose.
Oh, that's, I mean,
Uh,
buried. You're so funny, Rob. Oh my god, that's like a 2 out of 10. That's just disgustingly bad.
I like puns. I appreciated that.
I appreciate good puns.
Oh, burned.
Well, a little worried about how the major is going to go. With seems like a lot of just lag issues in general. Hopefully things will be resolved in time.
Who said that something always goes wrong in China? Was that EE? Or
That's
was that PPD?
Wasn't it Charlie?
Charlie? I don't know.
Oh no,
One of
that
them.
was EE who said bad things always happen to us in China or something like that.
They're never super smooth.
No. That's okay. When we go, I'm sure things will be much different.
Rocking the donkey.
This is just the OG of couriers.
It's strange though, 'cause each of these teams has their own team courier. They have the throw on EG and then the.
Well,
cute
I
little
mean,
fox.
it's not like they're contractually obligated to use them.
Yeah, but I mean, if you have it, like,
if it's ugly, it's ugly.
If you aren't even repping your own courier, why would you even want?
It's not their courier though. It's EG's and Vici's. I don't even know if the players benefit from that. You're all awful. Fear. I feel like that's a very Fear thing to say. He's a cranky guy in real life as well.
I still like Zai's as best.
What is his again?
He was the waveform, the morphling in the waveform about to start. It's like morphling like sinking into the ground, says "kill me." That one I think is my favorite one.
Hey Rob, give us your best translation. I don't speak mouse cursor.
Which one means yes? Which one means no? I always forget.
Wait, is one of those supposed to mean yes?
Yes.
No. It's a minus sign, right? The minus sign should be. What are you doing, Rob? Get it together.
No. No is what?
The minus sign is the no.
Okay.
Yeah.
So no,
There's
it's not
logic
no.
here.
It's nodding. Oh, okay. That makes more sense. Good job, Rob.
Yeah, Rob is pulling double duty for us. He's producing and observing. And it is not a one PC setup, so we're making him get up. We're giving him his daily dose of exercise.
See, Vici's rocking their courier.
Yeah, how much do you think they have paid to do that, though? What the hell is that thing anyway?
It's a fox.
Does Vici, is that like their mascot? A fox?
I don't know. It has like the cool Vici logo everywhere.
Looks like a cartoon character. Yif? Yif the cartoon character fox. Is that Bernie with the anti-mage avatar? Of course it is. I am anti-mage picker.
200.
What is going on with these effigies?
I wish my Chinese were better.
They're all freaky. 200 times better than you.
I will beat you with a anti-mage 200 times. With no items. With one hand. I am burning.
Alright, they're swapping out PCs. Rob is back in his comfort zone here, memeing.
I like those translations, Rob.
Your Chinese is definitely better than Roland's. I mean, that's for sure. I don't even know what that guy does anymore.
They're ready to go. Ice, 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 go.
And now EG are like,
5v3.
quick, abandon ship!
Huh, they're coming back.
You know, they figure if they disconnect, it will urge Vici to get in here faster. And they were correct.
All right. Let's get some Dota going.
Let's do it. Are you all set? All ready?
So
Is our observer ready? Is Ice Ice Ice's fan prepared?
Okay. F9 that. Okay, so will RTZ die to the smoke ink? That is the first question of the day.
Very possible.
Very possible. Yes.
He's not very far down the lane.
And I don't know.
He just hugs the tier 2.
Ice might need a skill gush though to get this kill off.
Yeah. And we've seen sometimes that's not even worth it. The tide just gets shut down so hard.
At that point, you might want to give him the bounty rune too, so he gets anchor smashed at 2 quickly. But yeah, seem like they're okay.
Good positioning here by EG. They're playing it super safe. PPD will hide down in the trees. They did plant down a ward. Both teams getting their rune wards out.
Ooh, RTZ feeling bold.
Ah, the timing is right. You will not be caught here, at least not initially. But also not going to contest Super either. Super will grab his bounty, matched by Mr. Sumail on the puck. So, last couple games we have seen Sumail really get bullied in mid. Not just versus Vici, but also in their other series yesterday.
Creep pool? Yes, he is. He has boots, so this is a good way to do it. He might take a lot of damage if they cask in a cannon.
Into a
rocket barrage.
Rocket barrage, yeah.
They don't want to. That's good.
That's a lot of mana to commit.
It's a free 2 for Ice Ice Ice.
Oh. PPD, come back here, my minions!
He doesn't actually get the full pull, though. The range creep attached. So he's actually going to get zoned decently hard by the 2.
Yeah, it looks like they are going to move back in on the Tide Hunter as the Night Stalker also jumps in mid. So trying to help out Sumail. Generally has not gotten much help in the lane, and I feel like it has hurt EG quite a bit in some of these games that Sumail has just been shut down early. But this game he is a puck, so.
Iron Talon up on Lone Druid yet? Did he buy the... He had the Stout and the... Or the...
Okay, so he is going right forward.
Yeah, but he doesn't have it yet, so it's not going to be that great for him. If he has to do...
Already back to the woods. Meanwhile, mid lane, orb forward onto Super. They're going to commit for this with Fear backing him up. Fenrir, can he turn this one around? Forced to pop the Fairy Fire. He is out of regen. Even there's a salve now getting used on him, but this OD is becoming a very expensive investment for the team quite quickly.
And Ice Ice was almost out of regen. I think that pull he really messed up though.
Hey Rob, can we get creep stats by the way? Thank you.
Venge doing wonderfully. Puck doing even better.
Yeah, this is a really good start here for Sumail. And well, Super wants to end it. Starts lobbing the orb in on him. Blows most of his mana. But does get quite a bit of harass. See Fenrir controlling one of the runes, the Night Stalker the other. So both teams with their aggressive roaming support in the early laning stage. And there's the roll forward. Nice phase shift there by Sumail. It's going to back out.
So hard to get a kill there, though.
Well, you wanted the 2v2 back, I guess, Ben. You're getting it.
And then Fenrir is in a similar position where it's like very difficult for him to get a kill in lane. They have to like go uphill on a lone druid who already has vision of them, or he has to kill a puck who is, super easy to escape with because they don't have a good setup. I think
it doesn't seem like they have much kill potential at this stage.
He has no silence, so yeah, maybe they catch him without his orb, but that's super unreliable.
I mean, while Ice 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 back bottom, it looks like stacking Ancients now on the Tide Hunter, so not having the best time here, but looking to leech a little bit. He gets back in time for the Dark Troll experience. Very nicely done. And RTZ is out of mana now. Doesn't have much to work with, so with no Rocket Barrage mana, might actually be able to leech a bit. Would be pretty sweet for Ice Ice Ice. Still got 3 tangos, too. He's been getting so much out of
he had to buy a new set of tangos.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure he only had 2 earlier. And he was really low.
I mean, it makes sense considering the gyro's out of mana.
Our Spirit gearing up for a kill.
There's the stun to start it off. Follow up on the universe. They do get the Ven stun. Fenrir kicks him from long range. Bernie with the last hit. Then they roll in onto Fear. They're looking for the secondary kill here onto the Night Stalker. Dropping quickly. Fear. Oh, the Lion stun just barely clipping him, and it will be enough to secure it. Well played, Vici Gaming.
You know, this is the second game. If he got roar early, he wouldn't have given up first blood.
Different player, though.
Yeah.
I don't think I've seen many players doing that build, but
It depends on
lone
what you're
druids
doing.
usually haven't been under pressure in this patch.
Yep.
I feel like usually it's the other cores that soak up the damage. Uh-oh, OD mid. Nearly getting killed off, Sumail. Taking a powerful start in the lane. Man, he is wrecking the OD with that little bit of early help he got. He's up 8 CS, 2 denies.
It's actually not that much because he has like a wave and a half at the tower.
I don't know if he can approach this wave. Sumail certainly is not looking to make it easy.
If he dies though, he get rolled on by Earth Spirit. So.
Yeah, but Sumail is known for his aggression. Yeah. Posts up, not going to go all the way. But yeah, I mean, when the dust settles, it's still like a 9 CS advantage here. Guess maybe the lane's not so easy for OD. So EG do descend into a tri-lane. Interesting to see how Fear's played in the Night Stalker. We're not seeing that same, jungling kind of greed that we saw out of FY. Trying to move around earlier, secure the lanes a bit more. So playing more of a true support Night Stalker, it seems. What do you think of the different options for Night Stalker?
Well, he wants to match the roaming of the Earth Spirit, so I think that's okay. I
Just
mean,
situational, which you go for.
I think they're doing really well in bottom lane though and mid. Well, a lot of it in mid was due to him. Yeah, it's situational. Just depends.
He's going to storm back towards the middle lane, but Fenrir is camping this one out. So we might have a little more 2v2 here mid. As things settle down.
Still no silence though on Earth Spirit, so it's not super difficult to get a kill.
I feel like he's more here just defensively to cover the OD in case they jump him with the Night Stalker.
So what's Venge going for? Is it early HOD? Is it treads? Okay, so
Burning did
something's
go
coming from
HOD
chicken.
last time, but it was not a rush. I think he got drums first. Bottom rune, Invis, does get picked up by the Witch Doctor, and they're going to march forward with that
What's on chicken? Is it Aquila or what?
for Vici.
Yeah, what did Venge just take?
It's probably Aquila.
Okay, yeah.
I think last time he went drums, and then he went Dominator.
Talon, the savior of offlaners.
It's just funny to see it on Tidehunter. He's normally known for being a good jungling offlaner once he gets his levels in his own right, but Coil does get committed in the mid lane, and along with that, the call down as well, but a timely banish might be enough to completely save the OD and turn this fight around. They roll forward with the Earth Spirit. Sumail pretty far committed to this one, turning onto Arteezy, almost able to finish him off courtesy of the OD ult. Even Burning getting active in the mid lane. Sumail popping the Fairy Fire to survive the counterplay. And when the dust settles, all the ults drop, and nobody dies. Even Event Swap got used there.
Remember the days when position ones would never rotate?
Bernie remembers those days.
Burning.
But he's adapting. And, well, definitely a game where these are heroes that you want to be rotating. These are not your AFK safe lane farmers, that's for sure. It's interesting, because when this patch started, we saw a lot of, Terror Blades and Morphlanes. LGD was running they went back to a 4 Protect 1. But it seems like we've seen a lot more aggressive carries as of late, at least in MDL. Iron Talon has been up, and along with it, the headdress now grabs. So Tidehunter still getting a decent amount, pretty much even with the Lone Druid.
Oh, FY's almost 6. Where did he find this farm? I guess Burning TP'd out, and
He took the lane for a bit.
yeah, and he got a kill.
That's
good
great
stuff.
versus a Puck, for example.
Yep, I think he might get his blink before Puck. He will.
FY feels like the 3 on this team most of the time now. But I guess Ice is... It depends. Some of the games he has an easier lane. Arteezy does back off to the jungle, so the same thing from EG. They're going to give the 4 position support the Night Stalker the safe lane. Try to get him a bit of extra experience as Fenrir hangs around bottom. Fear did opt for the Iron Talon in the end.
Is it a drums for OD? What's he going for? Treads drums maybe? No sign of anything. He's still poor.
Yeah, he's 1,000 gold down the Puck. Well, Sumail has gotten his good matchup here. Generally, I'd say the majority of games where we see him take off, it is with the hot start on the mid lane.
It's kind of nice because you can phase shift the Arcane Orb and waste a lot of OD's mana.
And it's really expensive early. Can't sustain it.
Yeah, pretty good intel though. Got to be scared of having that intel stolen.
So Lion Finger on line. Blink almost up.
Bottom lane.
And meanwhile,
Our Spirit.
our Spirit
holds
getting
up.
his experience. Call down does come through, but Fenrir's going to back away. He'll dodge that one. And then kicks out the boulder onto Arteezy.
Lone Druid might get swapped in if he's not careful. They have Finger. It's a pretty easy kill. I guess maybe with Savage Roar. Oh, here we go. Smoke from Lion. Gotta get ready.
Oh, this is a tough one to be ready for.
They
And
can-
Sumail has committed the orb to farm.
They can time it though. If
Cooling down.
does he have,
You
yeah.
just get that Hex off. Sumail's a goner. He's going to have to be very quick on the reactions. Does phase shift. The silence comes out, but it was too far away. And FY stealing the mana. Goes for the zap there, and we'll finish off the puck in the end. So just not a good position for Puck to dodge that. And now he gets his blink. 10-minute blink dagger on a 4-position Lion. Like you said, before the puck.
Hello, Blink Dagger.
Oh, man. He can get a lot done for the team now. Almost level 7, so I'll have the maxed out stun available momentarily.
So what happens when you have too many heroes jungling? Lone Druid wants to jungle, Gyro's jungling, we have the Night Stalker jungling, like everyone just wants some of that jungle farm. Then your lanes get crushed.
Nice ice ice now.
He doesn't
Ravage online, but no mana for it.
If only he had a trusty Mango.
Could buy his arcane boots, though. And he's going to, actually, as the coil and the call down both committed to try and kill up the Air Spirit. They will get that first kill. Here comes the counterplay, though. Ice, ice, ice. Ravage ready. They go for the swap back from Burning. Now the Anchor Smash Ravage combination. Try to finish off Arteezy. They're going to need one more Venge stun, and they do get it off. Meanwhile, the OD as well, looking for the second kill of this fight. Fear on the run from the orbs, hounding him back through the tree line. It is nighttime now as he goes for the Juke Sumail. Trying to rejoin the fight and maybe counterplay this, but Fear will drop to the vicious hammer of the Outworld Devourer. Now FY. Oh, looking for a bit more. He's going to blink forward, hunting Sumail on the puck. He's got the Hex ready. Goes for the stun uphill, but it is nighttime. Didn't have the vision, and gets turned on quickly. The boulder kick dodged by Sumail on the way out. Very good play there on the puck. Dodging pretty much everything Vici had. Well, he'll make it out, but still Vici getting bigger kills in the end.
Surprisingly, the Witch Doctor wasn't there for that fight. They could have really used the cast, but maybe he would have just gotten ravaged and died. Searching for level 6.
Yeah, just got it.
Nice arcane boot timing on the on the tide too.
That was pretty godly. And they committed so much on the Earth Spirit that they had just nothing left after that to fight. So it looks like it will be drums. Bracer coming out now, and it's going to be the Lone Druid Midas. Curious to see what Arteezy goes for as well. Do we see the Dominator Gyro? Does he go for an early S&Y? What's it going to be? Oh, okay, does get the Mask of Death, so kind of similar to the Invoker game, but I guess these heroes are a little bit better fighting early with the Gyro and the puck.
BKB is really good versus Tide though. I think at some point you want BKB this game. We've seen a lot of Gyros just like completely skip it. Like, you know, SNY and Butterfly and whatnot and HOD. But it's insanely good versus their heroes.
Well, EG starting to ramp things up a bit here in the mid lane. Lone Druid playing catch up and working on towers. The Tidehunter is going to rotate in on him, but meanwhile bottom, Vici, a little pressure of their own. They've got the DD rune on the OD. The Lion going to work in the jungle is going to isolate Fear and try to focus him down. They swap him back into the Venge stun and into certain death. Sumail tries to turn this, though, gets the coil on 2, the call down on 2 as well. FY off to the side of the fight, the best self-banish from the OD, but he's going to need the help of FY. And in the end, he ends up dropping, rolling into the fight, committing to it even more as Fenrir. OD survives, though. He's going to turn it with that double damage. Chunks down 3. Quick triple kill. Super. Seems to be the most successful OD at this tournament. Every time he's on the hero, he's just blasting people. Even after a bad laning stage.
He's good at staying alive in the fights and not dying. Like, notice he prioritized the Astral on himself over the Venge, and Venge was right about to die. But he knew that he's way more important that fight.
And especially with the DD rune there.
Yeah, so it's And if Venge dies, at least she gets a spirit off too.
That's true.
So that's, that's just good stuff.
Yeah, good play by him. Meanwhile, in the mid lane, Puck used to be there. Not anymore. Sumail takes the hammer. I think that was 40 stolen int on the OD going into that.
I
That's
saw
what
plus 40.
It was plus 40 earlier. Now it's going back down. But timing was right for the ult. And Super Strikes while the iron is hot. Now Vici pressing in. Looking for a 2-0 against EG as well.
Their reach is really good. They have like swap, they have the blink on Lion, they have Earth Spirit roll in. Like they have a lot of ways to catch fleeing EG heroes. Whereas EG, they're still struggling to get some items up. What's Puck's item status?
Did he? Oh, he did complete the
Yeah.
tread, so
But
still no blink.
But they have no reach until he gets a blink dagger, and even then, like maybe they follow up with a call down after. But if you go on like one target, they get banished, and then you get turned around. If you go on two targets, maybe one gets banished, one gets swapped, and then you get turned around upon. So
And you have to go on a tide, and they have no real way to stop a Ravage.
things are looking slightly grim for them.
Vici feel that way too. They're going to smoke and press inwards. Oh, it's on to PPD. Probably the ideal sacrifice for EG to make, but it is a sacrifice on the Vici altar nonetheless. Another kill for them. So, I mean, I feel like every smoke anchor around this time works for Vici from that 10 to 20 minute mark.
It's good that your support dies, but it's bad for what it implies. It implies that you only have two camps that are safe. This camp and the camp immediately to the upper right. And like your secret shop, forget about that. Forget about your rightmost camp on the bottom lane. And even those two other camps are like not that safe.
Looks like the gyro maybe getting caught out in the top lane. He was swapped back into a stun, and Bernie and Fenrir combine. They'll bring Arteezy down. The gyro hits the deck. Another good grab as they also look to move on the mid lane onto the Puck, potentially FY. Sitting in position, no finger right now, though.
I think Burning is one of the best Venges when it comes to balancing farming and fighting. Like he TP's mid to help out his team. He's very involved in fights, but look at his farm. It's still very close to the 4-0 OD, and like he just has a lot of items. He died in that bottom fight too, and still managed to keep it up.
And he can be stacking the jungle here for the Tide Hunter, if he so desires, or just looking to push. And speaking of the Tide, mech is now complete. Iron Talon has definitely paid for itself and then some at this point.
Yeah, they have a very nice mix of damage too. A decent amount of physical from Venge, and
well, Fenrir goes down, but he does secure the tower here. This could be a costly
no.
death, though. Burning getting caught up by the coil. EG bringing the whole kit and caboodle. 4 heroes run him down.
Making good use of that blink.
But they are looking for the lone druid over in the Radiant jungle as well. The bear.
He's going to get caught if he stays too long.
He's sticking around. There's the Death Ward. Self-banish again from the OD. Trying to hang on through this fight. Ice. Waiting for his opportunity to walk in with the Ravage. They almost bring him down. The mech came through at the last second. Long-range finger. Very delayed animation for it as well. It's not going to be enough. It is enough for the Puck. And the OD will end up dropping in the end. Ice, though, caught in an awkward position. Do they get the root? Yes, sirree. They're going to cancel the TP with that EG. Finding their footing here, looking for another core takedown. They already got the Venge of the OD. They might even get the Tide. The trifecta would be ever so sweet. He's going to stop, do a little bit of farming. And
Backstroke.
Eventually, he will be going down. But it's taking forever to kill this little bastard. He is just not going down without a fight. They got him.
So tanky.
My God.
Vici need to make sure they don't get caught out. They need to be together as 5, so they have their defensive, defensive astral, defensive swap.
That really did take forever to kill him. My goodness.
So did Venge manage to complete her Yasha before that death? No, she did not. So that's a pretty significant chunk of gold swing.
Looks like it's going to be a faster Radiance timing, considering it is an offlane lone druid. Especially Universe doing a really good job here at not getting caught out. Let's see if Arteezy does, though. He's up pretty far in the bottom lane. Does have a bit of help behind him. It's currently daytime. Sumail's going to grab the rune and back away. So it is the BKB rush again, it looks like, for the OD. This is what Super went for last time as well. Gets the drums, goes straight into BKB, and then I'll go back for his damage and utility items. But he just wants to be able to man up in fights. And truth be told, EG very light on the physical damage, especially the single target burst.
Need our tour to get some stacks.
need Universe to get that relic too. He's working on it. Getting some space. It's daytime though. That's generally where you'd expect Vici to be on the aggression. Looking for their openings maybe here.
How's our net worth chart looking?
Good timing. Absolutely dead even. Experience a very slight advantage there, tipping the Radiant way.
They might want to wait for like a Blink Dagger on Tide, but if they wait that long, then Lone Druid's going to have his Radiance. And it's also nighttime coming up pretty soon too. So Vici...
Do you really need a blink on Tide? Like, you already have the Earth Spirit and the Lion with a blink, and the Venge.
I personally think it's core.
Oh, I mean, I think you still
Tide.
get it, but do you actually wait for him to farm it? He's pretty close, actually.
It's just tough to get a good jump without... they also... I wonder what else they're waiting for. I guess maybe they're looking for a good opportunity to take Roche out with a very high level Vengeful Spirit. But again, can't wait too long, or EG will capitalize with nighttime impending just 10 seconds away.
Yeah, EG smoke here, and although they don't really find anything, they do buy the Lone Druid some space. As he's just about to close in on the Relic now. Had 3,500 last time we checked him, and yeah, 3,800 now. So Courier's gonna flock out to the secret shop. Meanwhile, Vici take this time to walk into the Roche pit, and they do it right as the night starts. Pretty confident EG won't be looking for a fight until they have their Radiance.
Don't walk into Tidehunter like that. You'll get owned.
Yeah, I guess you can scout with the bear first. Looks like they are converging. And they do want to fight this. Sumail's going to be the first man in. The Ravage comes out off the bat just to secure the Aegis and ensure that nobody from EG can contest. They get the Aegis on the OD. Now Sumail going down on the puck, and well, PPD with the Death Ward off on the side of the fight, but it's not really doing too much here. Super skirts to the south of it, turns back onto him, and continues to ramp up the damage output. PPD is going to go down, and Super just keeps on slaughtering EG heroes. Suddenly 3 have fallen. They committed a lot into the pit. They do get out with their Lone Druid for now, but the Venge is on the hunt. They want to track Universe down. Looks like he is going to make it away for the time being, but there's the long-range kick. Oh, just barely missing on the hero. Might have been enough to set up a burning swap.
Ideally, you scout with a bear, though. Like, Puck had a run in there blindly, and just got solo Ravage, which I think was actually a great play by Icy's Eyes, just because they needed to make sure that they secured that Roche, and then play from there. But no vision inside the pit.
And they were just kind of late to the... I think they were caught off guard by the timing as well.
Yeah, it was a good steal, too, by Vengeful Spirit. He saw the HOD creep, and he just immediately took the Furbolg, or Hellbear, whatever you want to call it. Tomato. Big red dude. 80 gold. I don't know.
Mr. 80 gold. I'm more than my net worth.
How much gold does he have? Yeah, around 80, 90, something like that.
I guess he's looking... That's why he sticks around with the potato. He needs a cheap date. Can't really afford to take it anywhere nice.
So I wonder if the OD is going to go for Atos this game. I guess even Lion's pretty good at killing the bear, because now it's kind of evolved to that point. Okay, you didn't kill Lone Druid that fight. You got the Roche. You bought yourself some more time, but still you have to deal with a Lone Druid with a Radiance at some point, and they don't have good high ground siege at all. Like, Venge is okay. OD is just terrible at high ground siege unless you have like Blink Hex, and they are going to have to play.
Last time you went
game.
Shiva's, I think.
Yeah, Shiva's is okay, but
Shiva's
gotta
Hex,
kill that.
I think it was.
Gotta kill that bear. They don't have BKB on the gyro too. It's also good because you don't want to build MKB on OD, but you also want to build a butterfly on gyro. So Atos is kind of a good, like, I want some true strike, but I don't want to commit to a damage item that doesn't help me as much as the Atos would. So I probably would like to see that on him over. Yeah, they don't need a scythe because they have it versus the Puck. He has BKB. They don't have that much physical yet, so I don't think he needs to go Shivas. So I think Atos would be really good to kill the bear.
Speaking of the Puck, Yule Scepter is now ready to go, pretty much. Just needs the recipe.
Still, Blink Hex, boom, dead. Like, that's that's a Puck's worst nightmare, is dealing with this early of a blink on Lion.
It's definitely affected the way Sumail's played this game. He's had to be a lot more careful. Ooh, Super changing and
Oh, I
up the
forgot they
script.
have
Quick Crush.
swap and a hex too. That's also a really good combo. Killing not the bear, but pretty much anybody else.
Now the completed Guardian Greaves come out for the Tidehunter. It looks like Vici might look to push on the back of this Aegis. It seems EG going for the split push on the top lane, so dodging the fight. Radiance is in fact online, has been for a little bit. On Arteezy, let's see, I guess going straight into the BKB now, was thinking about the SNY, but changes his mind. Yeah, BKB now complete.
Something that you mentioned earlier about the Night Stalker and the way that EG play it, like they don't really fear the Night Stalker at all. Like he hasn't really been able to do that much, and a lot of it is due to the virtue that Vici always stick together. But
And he just didn't get as much priority.
yeah,
Like FY got a ton of space.
he helped the puck out a lot, but that was kind of counteracted by the super early blink online.
Burning's gonna run in, does tank a missile from Arteezy, who inches forward, creeping in, thinking about the jump. There's the banish, and now the jump in. Vici Gaming full committing onto this. Arteezy does manage to BKB dodge the Ravage, but still the OD has his BKB, and he seems to be king of the castle for now. Gets one kill, looking for more. Turns back onto the puck. The cast is bouncing nicely, and it seems like they might actually be able to hold the high ground. Fenrir very late to roll in and suddenly finds himself in too deep. That's 3 down. They are going to have a second life here on the OD. Comes right back and goes for round number 2, banishing out Fear, turning back, trying to deal with the death warding PPD, and should be able to finish him off soon. No Sumail rejoining the fight. Maybe not just yet. They've lost the Earth Spirit. They've lost 4. They've lost their Aegis. It might well be a team wipe. EG with their legendary high ground defense again, turning the tides here, but they still have to deal with the OD, who they will clean up. A full 5-man wipeout. They never got off a finger that fight. Vici just got totally caught off guard and spread out. Beautiful Ravage dodge, it looked like, from Arteezy, and, well, the rest was perfect world.
That's the best BKB timing that you could hope for as a gyro counter, right as they push high ground and they don't know that you have it. So that was, they had Vici, like they, maybe with a pipe I think they can break high ground, because that will just own the puck's damage, the call down, and the radiance, but they didn't have quite the tools necessary. Like you want Blink Scythe, or you want like Hood Pipe plus Aegis, or Pipe Mech plus Aegis, and they were missing like one of those components. They still did a good job of killing the Lone Druid early on in the fight.
Yeah, they didn't get a great initiation either, which could have been another way to break the base.
Yeah, they kind of saw the tie as he was about to blink in. Maybe if he had smoked and then kind of hit in the back and then blinked, he wouldn't have been able to pop his BKB in time. But they had full vision of him, so it was a...
Yeah, it was just a reaction test for Arteezy, and
Yeah.
I passed it pretty easily. So let's see, what does Burning go for now? BKB? Let's see. We've seen him go Ags pretty early on Venge as well. That is going to be BKB. It's a good BKB game for Vici, for sure.
What's ES going for? Is it Veil?
He got an Aether Lens.
Aether? Okay.
Up to 1,000 gold now on Fenrir.
Yeah, what's next?
So I guess they're going to get their new round of BKBs. Wait for the next Roche. Maybe get one more item on the OD, like the Shivas, and then try and push. Is that the play here?
I think thinking about the next timing of pushes is way too far ahead for VG. They got to think about how they survive until next Aegis. They can easily let the game slip away from them right now because it's a long stretch of nighttime, and they lost a lot of their lead from that fight, and they have a gem on Night
Oh,
Stalker.
they're moving out with the Venge into their jungle. Vici Gaming, huge smoke parade. They're going to blink it with Ice Ice Ice. Goes for the immediate gush attempt, but Sumail quickly jumping away. Fenrir kicks him, does manage to get the stun off. Then they silence him, hex him, and lock him down. Great control there, and it's a pretty important kill taking down the puck. Dead for a minute.
They were so close to getting the Night Stalker with the gem, though. That could have been disastrous for them.
Oh, it is daytime now, and
Nah.
right back tonight.
Are they going high ground again? Looks like it. At least break the
Tier
T2.
2, I guess.
Still
Puck's
have
dead for a
Ravage.
while.
Yeah, everything's up already from Vici. That was fast. Usually, I think like Sandy's clips and Ravage are like pretty long, but still not scared during nighttime. It's like, whatever, still push, no problem.
Yeah, Vici showing a lot of confidence here. They'll take the tier 2, and they continue to press in. They really want to force this buyback, if nothing else, it seems, but Sumail's not cooperating yet. Hangs on to it. Only 18 seconds to go. Cask is trolling them, and you can see Vici just not very quick at killing off these structures.
They have to like it's hard against the.
Oh, but they get the swap. There's the start that they're looking for. The quick grab on the Universe. They bring him down with the finger. The whole combination. He's got no buyback. Down for a minute. They still have Ravage. They still have OD. They might be able to break the base on the back of this.
Wow, that's a rare misplay from Universe too. His position was not that great. It was like right above that building, above the racks, and then he just got swapped in. Like when he was trying to drag the creeps away and then let the cask do the work on the heroes, but then he just got in range of swap and then just died. You have to be really careful about that. And if they approach you too closely, you roar and then reset.
And if he doesn't die there, Vici are either dead or backing immediately after that because their puck was respawning. But he will be up in about 25 seconds here.
That was Vici are just forcing so many errors out from EG though.
They have a good lineup to do it with, though. There's a lot of quick
do.
initiations.
But still, a lot of teams would, play it much more safe and wait for better timing, wait for, a scythe or pipe or next Aegis, and they know that with the amount of abilities that they have to catch them, someone's going to get caught.
Well, the Venge fear factor has been big in this siege. Burning, working on towers, and now it's going to BKB. They try to commit onto him with the bear as well. He's got a defensive swap out if necessary, and he is going to throw Ice 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 into the middle of that one. Perfect World decides to completely poop its pants, but Vici Gaming, fortunately, are not lagging for them. They'll bring down the gyrocopters in too far. PPD on the way out now, and well, Ice 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 still hanging on to the Ravage. He's been very patient with this. The gem, the Magnetize, they are going to finish off Fear, taking down the Night Stalker, securing their gem as well, I believe. And with Ravage still online, oh, maybe they didn't even notice it. Or they don't care. Vici pipes up, and they're going right back down mid.
Nice staggering of BKBs from Vici too. They use burning BKBs to kind of force out the Lone Druid out of the base and the Gyro BKB, and then after the Gyro's BKB is down, they just blink in with OD and just annihilate him with OD's BKB.
So
that's without Ravage. Yeah, it's crazy.
And I think that's a second laner X now. How do you defend? They couldn't defend without the pipe.
You'd hope you only get like 2-man Ravage.
Oh, the Ravage comes out. Looks like it hit a few there. PPD as well as the puck. Both going to go down. Sumail forced to buy back instantly. So too is Arteezy. The cooldown's an airball. And, well, maybe gets the OD. It does. But it's such a heavy commitment to hold the second laner X. They need more. They are looking for the Venge here, the coil. Maybe enough to get Fenrir on the retreat out. He's managed to stun and silence quite a few. FY's gone. So it's just going to be up to that slow rolling boulder to make it home. Orb forward. Sumail on the hunt. Trying to lock him down. But even with this kill, Vici Gaming still going to be pleased as punch with their overall trade. And they do spend all their gold. Ghost Scepter and a Veil. That is one rich Earth Spirit. It's even surpassed the puck.
Yeah, that's really, really sad for EG. Without the Lone Druid dead, they could have just made the same defense that they made at the bottom lane, except without losing the racks. And they had to use 2 buybacks for that, one on the puck, one on the gyrocopter, which is far too costly of a hold to say worth it.
I don't think worth it is in the EG rotation of phrases right now.
That was not worth it.
Yeah, maybe if there's a knot and locked in front.
That's all because LD got swapped in, though.
Hey, it's not my fault.
Oh, that was his fault. He was concentrating too much on the micro and the bear.
Yeah,
that happens. It's, it's.
I mean, Universe is not normally on the farming role. It's definitely that's a pretty big role adjustment for EG.
Yeah,
almost always Arteezy and or Sumail.
For sure.
I mean, unless you count Void, when Void was basically a jack of all trades and master of all trades.
And always banned against EG, because they are very good with it.
Yeah, don't have it to work with here. And Vici Gaming are going to take down the Roshan. Looks like Burning, closing in on the Aghanim Scepter now on the Vengeful Spirit. Is that complete yet? I think he had 3. Oh, he's got it now.
So now the Lone Druid, I'm not actually sure what he buys in this scenario to stay alive, but he's either going to be in a situation
they are jumping in. They want to catch out the
no.
Lion in the mid lane. But he's okay. Swapped out by Birdie. And then they're going to look to turn this one around. Vici Gaming rushing back in. There's the BKB from OD. And he tries to go to work on the Spirit Bear because everyone else is BKB'd or running for dear life. PPD, though, will fall. They've lost their Night Stalker again. Spirit Bear getting pounded, hounded by Vici. Stunned, and eventually will go down. I believe they kick him all over the place. No mercy for that bear. Need Park Rangers here to keep EG alive.
Usually that timing of a Radiance though is so powerful on low and Druid, but they just have so many tools to deal with the bear. They don't even need an Atos. They have like so many disables from the Lion, the Earth Spirit, like they
The OD does a lot of damage.
you can just
to it.
astral it too.
Yeah.
He astraled it last fight and then it doesn't do anything. And then if he gets too close to the point where the bear can attack, he just gets swapped in. So like they've just rendered like all his farm, like 7,000 gold, completely useless.
Another swap, and let's kill the bear again. So with the Veil dropping, it's an easy grab. And now the follow-up Hex, stun onto Universe, commitment here from Vici Gaming, start to dive towards tier 4s. They're feeling very confident. They've got this game all but in the bag. PPD desperately trying to hold the base, but the Ravage will end up coming out, crushing his way through the back lanes. Ice, Ice, Ice forces EG out of the game, and it is a 2-0. Vici Gaming only drop a single game out of 8 here in the group stage as they rampage their way to the top of Group A. Impressive stuff, Vici Gaming. I mean, this is a team that used to be like a lock for top 2, top 3 at every event. They fell off a little bit heading into Frankfurt, but it appears they are fully back now, Ben.
Yeah, they have EG's number.
Yeah. That's historically never been the case. It's always been EG who's had Vici's number. So this is a monkey off their back, perhaps.
Yeah, Super has been playing incredibly well too.
He seems very comfortable on the in vogue mid heroes.
I like his mid OD though. His mid OD is like very, very strong. Way more so than other teams. I think it's a lot to do with how Vici play around him. You know, they always
like he gets the
support
BKB
him.
and then they just fight around him. They get a really strong team fighter for Ice Ice Ice. We've seen Phoenix, Darkseer, Tidehunter, and they use the OD like a kind of like a gyrocopter, I would say, in the mid game.
It's also really cool because like notice like whenever they push too, they never have to go back and heal, and that's when the Essence Aura comes in. Hello.
We are somewhat here in the darkness.
Yeah, but the Essence Aura is really good for that sort of situation too, where it's hard to notice. Normally you're like, wow, they're just taking a lot of towers, like what happened? But they have like infinite sustain. They have Trinkles, they have Urn, they have Greaves, and it's just like non-stop sustain coming out from Vici Gaming, and they can just continue that engine rolling. So that's kind of a undervalued trait of the Outworld Devourer that I think that again Vici really utilize it well. When you 5-man, the Essence Aura is permanent mana. Who needs Coddle?
I don't think anyone needs
No,
Coddle.
you don't need Coddle.
Nobody wants Coddle right now.
Yeah, but
Coddle's dead to the world.
most teams like capitalize on like, oh, the Astral into like a Kunkka or a Potom Arrow. That's like nice for laning phase, but it doesn't win you games. Or like, hey, I'm an Arcane Orb and hit Big Sandy's Eclipse. They don't really do that with him too. He just drops it kind of early on in fights, but they utilize his third skill, which is not something that
I also just think I like the way that he goes BKB drums every game, just like very tanky, difficult to kill. Super has stuck around like every fight and done an insane amount of damage. We've seen like these on paper they're more like glass cannon builds with the Atos and the Force Staff, but those ODs just seem to die. We saw it from Sumail yesterday. I think we saw it from Arteezy as well.
Yeah,
It seems like the BKB build is...
sometimes they draft a lot better too.
better.
Like they didn't draft the OD counter, like no Nyx. I guess it kind of gets countered by that early BKB, but still like nothing.
Before then, maybe you can shut him down.
Yeah, he even had a tough time in lane. Like a lot of times we see him struggle a lot in lane, but it doesn't matter, which is the cool part.
Well, great stuff here from Vici Gaming, guys.
Good stuff.
They are going to take it 2-0, 7-1 in the group stage, Ben. And it's a tough group.
Could be their patch.
Yeah, it could be. It's early, but they're looking good now, guys. You're watching MDL. We'll be back in a little bit for more Dota, getting into the playoffs after this.